Welcome to today's final episode in day 2 of Sigma. I'm your host, BulletmanEXE, and this is the Inside Game, hosted by Lucifer Gaming. So, we have here Mr. Chuck Robinson from Better. Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure to meet you, Bullet.
So, we're gonna have a nice interview with some simple questions. So let's start with something basic. Tell us a bit more about your company's role in the iGaming industry and what you do, who you serve, and your role in the ecosystem of iGaming.
Okay. Well, Better is a premium content provider. So basically, we provide over 700,000 events annually of our own dedicated content that brings high value to our clients. We specifically focus on esports as well as we have some traditional sports as well. Our esports include our e-leagues that are our own proprietary content that we control the full life cycle of. We have 25,000 events of e-football that we do monthly. So we have our own dedicated players, our own dedicated integrity that we've won an award for.
Oh, that's nice.
As well as our traders that provide high value pricing and odds for our end users, and that bring a lot of value for our clients.
I noticed you actually have some esports games, like Dota 2, one of my personal favorites. I'm still a Herald though.
Okay.
I don't know, do you play any of esports
I
games?
personally am not big in the esports kind of realm of it. From me personally, I'm a bit older, so I come from a different set of games that are maybe a little more analog compared to what we've got there. But I do understand that, we have access to official data for some of the major tier 1 global esports tournaments. For instance, the Blast tournament, we cooperate with Grid to get access to their official data, and then we're able to create markets and odds based on those tier 1 events.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what problem were you originally trying to solve when you launched your product, and how has that evolved over time?
Originally, we were trying to create niche content that would act as a filler for most traditional sports books. So most of the primary sports events that are, let's say, of particular interest to operators are, real football or soccer, as well as basketball, NBA, all the major sports. So what we were trying to come up with was complementary content that filled the gaps and took advantage of that player engagement and kept the end better, more active, more involved and engaged, and ultimately increasing their lifetime value for the operators.
That's not bad, it's true. Mm-hmm. So basically filling in the gaps for when, let's say, there's not a live match going on.
Correct.
That's amazing.
One, and it's very interesting, we recently released an interesting white paper case study on it. During the last year, the Euro Championships and the Copa Americas, what we saw incrementally, our content, our e-football e-leagues, was basically increasing the vertical for each operator by about 11%. So as the tournament got deeper, let's say from within the Euro, and there are less and less matches, what we saw was an incremental increase in the overall usage of our content, because there was still that excitement and that engagement from the end better that was, keeping it going. And they really wanted more and more content to be able to, and we tailored our e-leagues around the actual tournaments that were taking place. So similar teams that were playing, utilizing the same game format, so it worked out very nice.
I'm assuming peak usage was spiking when the finals were ongoing, right?
Yeah, when the finals were ongoing, and ultimately, usually the lifespan of it was 2 hours before and 2 hours after the match.
Engaging.
So they were still engaged, they were still going, and what it ultimately did was it wound up increasing the lifetime value of the end client.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, how does your solution impact the end user experience, whether it be the player, the operator, or another vendor along the chain?
Ultimately, at the end of the day, it keeps the end player more engaged. So basically what they are seeing, because we're able to localize a lot of our content since we produce it and we control it in-house. So for our e-basketball, for instance, we create, like right now, the finals are going on.
Oh.
So we're able to create, the Pacers against the OKC, and our player-to-player athletes are able to play, based on those teams, so that basically it keeps the end player engaged, keeps them active, and keeps them, on the site. At the same time, since we are producing the content, we're able to provide the video streams associated with it because it's all of our proprietary content.
That's amazing, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, finally, I want to ask you. Not finally, we still have a couple questions I want to touch upon, especially this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's hold on that. So, what are some key trends or some regulatory shifts that you've been keeping an eye on recently?
It's very interesting because recently we've seen a lot of shifts towards markets that weren't regulated that are moving to regulated. One of our biggest ones is in South America, Brazil. January of this year, we saw the regulations being implemented and the growing pains that they had to go through. Now, being a content provider, the great thing is we're able to adapt relatively fast. So we're fairly agile. So if there are any new requirements as related to, let's say, content that is being provided to the operator, we have our full integrity team that is also backed up by our compliance team that really goes in and is able to provide all the necessary information, and we're easily able to adapt to any new regulated markets. And we're expanding. So, for instance, we're now currently moving into the US market as well, which that's a whole different bag of regulations. You have 50 different states, 33 different iGaming regulated states, and so we have to go through that process. And what we're starting to realize here in Asia, for the most part, is, especially here in the Philippines, there has been a shift towards regulation, and we understand that there's going to be growing pains, and we're happy to adapt to those and adjust appropriately.
Improvise, adapt, overcome, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to.
What's next for your company? If you may share, of course, any new markets, any product updates or partnerships in your pipeline.
Yeah, sure. As far as from a content perspective, we're increasing our content. We understand the value of the Asian market significantly, so we're creating our own e-cricket leagues. Ooh. So to really go ahead and focus on India and some of the other Asian Pacific regions that find it very interesting. At the same time, we're able to, with our e-leagues, we're able to create dedicated content. Mm-hmm. So meaning that is branded for each individual operator. So it brings them a higher value as related to a new client acquisition tool that they're able to put a lot of their brand behind and stand out amongst all the other competitors. So from a content standpoint, we're expanding rapidly. We're also implementing, from a real sports standpoint, our paddle. So we're creating our own paddle league, and which is, it's a sport that is starting to grow globally, and we want to take advantage of that. And what is the interest of ultimately the end better?
Excellent insight on that. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you a bit of a personal question, but what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball, which is probably something we're going to be adding to our content offering soon, MLB from an E-League, which I'm really excited about, and I hope that one day they'll at least let me try out to be one of the athletes to play on the paddle. But
amazing.
I don't think that I'm going to be that good, to be real honest with you. But ultimately, baseball, basketball for me are my primary go-to sports.
Actually, speaking of baseball, my dad was actually, I think they got second place in a world championship of youth baseball for Honduras, actually.
Oh, okay. So with the Little League World Series. Yeah, fantastic.
He was like, oh yeah, I won a trophy once. I was like, what do you mean? And he showed a picture. I was like, what? So maybe I can show a picture of that here.
I grew up playing the sport, and it's something that I have a great deal of passion for. But I live in Europe now, and I even play on a men's league in Europe, and it's not a very good one, but I still play.
it's all about the fun, right? Enjoying it.
At my age, it's just about trying to survive.
I see, I see. Well, I wish you strength. And actually, for a final question, we heard from a little bird that somebody won a nice prize this year. So
Yes.
can you tell us more about it? Let's showcase the trophy itself.
Yeah, we were very honored to be awarded the best sportsbook provider in Asia this year at the Sigma Awards. It was, to be frank, unexpected given the competition that we had. And there are quite a few competitors on this market, but I think what really solidified our position is not only the fact that our content is utilized by multiple different brands. We, globally, we're with some of the key market leaders, but also at the same time, we have developed our own iframe solution to be able to support our partners and be able to do a quick and easy integration, fast to market solution that brings them a lot of value.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on behalf
Thank
of
you very
Lucifer
much,
Gaming.
Willie. I appreciate it.
And with that, we're going to end today's episode. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe to our Lucifer Gaming channel. And once again, on behalf of Lucifer Gaming, we want to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
And we truly appreciate all the effort you've put in. Obviously, it's been well rewarded. And I hope that next year you continue winning more prizes as well.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the recognition from Lucifer Gaming as well. And we're looking forward to working with you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'm Bulletman EXE, your host, and I'm signing off.